quests in Fable Legends play out in beautiful environments, but in the course of normal gameplay it's all too easy for players to miss some of these finer details while concentrating on staying alive. So what if, once our heroes had wiped the villain and creatures from an area, you were then free to go back in and spend time there at your leisure? Here's an idea for Fable Legends that actually already exists on the backlog, but one that's fairly low in priority. We thought we'd show that we've been thinking about it and demonstrate it with a working prototype of fishing. Once a quest has been completed, the player can visit the map table in Bright Lodge and browse the additional activities now available in that area. Here, we're looking at the area of Southeast Albion that hosts the quest known as Smashing Pumpkins, and we can see that there are several activities available for today. Let's head there and see what we can find. This is an area called Dingle Nook Pond. Let's wander over to the pond itself. We're at the pond. This is an area that players will first pass by when battling through the level during the main quest. We want those players to return to this area, and not only while replaying the Smashing Pumpkins quest. Games like World of Warcraft and Animal Crossing do this sort of thing, where players are given plenty of distracting bonus gameplay to fill time when taking a break from the main game. This fishing minigame is also a good example of reuse of high quality art assets, while the fishing mechanics themselves are really simple and quick to implement. You can fish in any body of water designated as a fishing spot. Just whip out your rod and get to it. Okay, let's cast off. Oh, looks like that one got away. Never mind, try again. Here we go. What a whopper! So here you can see what type of fish you've caught and all the info associated with it. In your bucket it goes. This particular bucket isn't very big, so you'll have to think carefully about which fish you want to keep. Rarer fish take the bait very briefly, so naturally you have to react a lot more quickly to catch them. Other fish might fight on the line too, so there'll be an element of skill required to avoid losing those. As you'd expect, some fish will be harder to find than others. Some might live in the middle of the pond, while others will only appear at night. Some might not come out while the sun is shining, while others may only be attracted to exotic bait. And some fish might be present all year round, while others might be strictly seasonal. There are also fey fish to seek out. You'll be able to see the best specimen of each fish you've caught mounted on the wall of your quarters in Bright Lodge, as well as blank spaces for those you haven't. Gotta catch 'em all! You'll also be able to see how your catches compare to those of your friends and other gamers. But don't worry if you keep catching fish you've already caught. You can always take your haul back to Bright Lodge and sell it to make some coin on the side. Or give it to the alchemist to use as an ingredient in a multitude of potions. You'll also be able to participate in time-limited events, such as a weekly or monthly fishing tournament, where players compete to catch the best fish on that particular day. And at the end of the day, it's just nice for the battle-weary hero to be able to relax and spend some quiet time alone. Or with a friend. Of course, all of this lends itself to monetization. Bigger buckets and barrels hold more fish. Better rods break less often or cast further. better bait attracts better fish, and so on. So what if I don't have the time or inclination to stand there fishing? I hear you ask. Then simply throw a fish trap into the water and leave it there. When you return at a later time to inspect it, who knows what you might find in it? A few fish at least, hopefully. Maybe even some treasure. Fish trap points are found throughout the game world, and there's no limit to how many traps you can have on the go at one time. You can see when your traps are ready for emptying without even loading the game, thanks to alerts from the companion app. As well as notifications from other parts of Legends, you'll be able to use your phone's touchscreen to play little microgames, such as rubbing the scales off your fish to boost its value slightly at market. But there's not only fishing to sink your time into. What about farming, foraging, mining, digging for treasure? Just some of the many ways to while away the time between quests in Fable Legends. Even heroes need a day off sometimes. It can't be all creature killing and villain vanquishing.